Don Luskin, you are writing about the need for a correction or the likely correction. I want to ask you the flip side. Why can't we go right to Dow 10,500? Why can't we go right to S&P 1100? All the forces are in place. Because all the bears want a correction, wouldn't this be the great time to see another big unexpected surge?
Sure. I don't have a problem with that, but I guess I just have a problem kind of with the tone of voice because, all you're talking about is a 10% rally. We've already had a 50% rally. You put that together, that means we've already had about something like 4/5 of the action we're going to get. So fine, we can get another fifth. I don't have a problem with that, but it means we're closer to the end than the beginning.
All right, Luskin, Nancy Pelosi pulled back. Read my lips, no new Gulf Streams. That's a political victory of sorts, Don.
Yeah, look, it's a huge victory, and one of the reasons why stocks have had just about the best 5-month performance that they've had in the last 100 years is because the Obama administration, the Democratic Congress, ever since the March bottom in the S&P 500 and the Dow, have pulled back from their ultra-statist agenda. That is fantastic news. It shows democracy, deliberative powers, no more rush to judgment. It's all reasserting itself. But don't get carried away. Yes, it's fantastic that the House leadership is not going to get these planes. But remember why they're not? They're not because they shamed corporate executives who ought to have those planes into not having those planes.
Well,
so great.
On,
now no one has planes. That's not good.
Hang on. We may be celebrating prematurely. They're cutting the price tag from $550 million to $250 million. This news is just dribbling in. So, Don Luskin, we may be celebrating prematurely. Will your correction come if they still buy Gulfstreams?
I don't think it's going to matter, but I just want to know, if you're going to cut back from 8 to 4, does that mean only Democrats get them?
Well, yeah, that's the way this works, by the way. Republicans don't get to fly in any planes.
I know, just
that.
not ranking.
Let me go back to your correction call. Maybe it's a political call, maybe not. Why were you so insistent in your smart money column?
Well, only because I just don't want to get greedy here. We called the bottom to the day for our clients, and we've had a 50% rally in 5 months. That's very nearly unprecedented in the last century. I just don't see any reason to overstay our welcome. And if what we're looking at is another 10% or so, and all our technical work that combines sentiment and valuation features tells us about 10% is about the likely target on the upside, well, when you've already had 50, really, what's the point of playing for the next 10? I'm after big game, and I don't see that that on the table
Don,
right
what's
now.
your downside? What kind of correction are we talking about? Because tell me if this is wrong. I'm no technician. A correction is what, a 10% pullback or a 15% pullback? If you're looking for 10%,
but a correction can just be a sideways consolidation too. It just means an interruption of the dominant trend.
Well, so if you've got 10% on the upside, that I guess would be my 10,500. I'm not saying I know this to happen. I'm not a chart guy. I'm just saying, why couldn't it happen? If you have a 10% on the upside and a sideways correction on the downside, I like those odds.
Well, I don't think the sideways correction is necessarily your worst case. I'm just saying that that's a possibility. We have a lot of unknowns out there still. No question about it. The recession is over as a technical matter, but we still don't really understand what the shape of recovery is going to be. When Congress comes back, there's a lot of mischief that can still be made here.
Right.
We still have accusations that these protesters are, God forbid, organized. Maybe a community organizer is organizing them. They're un-American. Paul Krugman says they're racist. So this is what we're up against, Larry. Maybe the downside isn't just a sideways correction.
There's big political risk. Jeff Klein.